So I've been following the Crowder Daily Wire stuff, but I haven't talked about it at all.
We did. We talked about it when it first popped off.
Right,
First day, and then we debated on whether or not the Daily Wire is netting $100 billion in revenue.
Oh yeah.
So fucking stupid, bro.
So it's come out that actually Steven was pissed because he actually wanted $120 million.
Yeah.
And 50 was lowballing.
He vehemently denies that, though, just to be clear. It was never about the money to him. Never.
Yeah, it was just about the love for the game, the racism. And not even like his own personal racism, which he claims, but also young conservatives that want to be racist on the Daily Wire network.
It's a bad precedent.
Yeah.
To punish people for being
racist. He is for labor rights, okay, and labor wrongs.
Oh, I heard that people are accusing him of being a socialist.
Yeah, Candace Owens yesterday called Steven Crowder a communist.
But she's kind of right.
Yeah.
Because he is kind of advocating for worker rights, right? In a way, it's like, yo, this contract's not fair. I need a fair contract.
Yeah. You know,
socialist.
Benefits. A benefits package that allows you to say like the N-word 3 times live.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, fair. That's a fair and balanced demand to make.
Well, here's Ben saying, here, let's see.
We sent him this term sheet offering him $50 million over 4 years plus a 2-year extension for $25 million. You know, basketball player type money.
Yeah.
On November 2nd, Steven called up Jeremy and said, I want $30 million.
Why his eyebrows?
That's what I was going to say. His eyebrows look huge today,
Some
bro.
caterpillars, man.
Why his eyebrows were not always that big.
I think he fills them in.
Why? Does it make him look distinguished?
There's also speculation that he has lip fillers on TikTok, so it's probably
lip filler?
Yeah. Like on TikTok, they claim he has lip fillers.
Juicy. A little bit of juice there.
But how old is he?
He's like our age, 42. No,
what?
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
I think he's in his late 30s. Ben Shapiro.
Ben is 39, and I know what you're talking about.
Our
with the lip
age is
filler.
at 42. I'm 30. I'm not even 32 yet, man.
Yeah, bro.
I meant R as in Ethan.
No, me and Hassan are in our 30s. What are you talking about?
I was referring to you.
How old are you, Dan?
I'm 41. I'm a year younger than you.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, his eyebrows, that ain't right. That is not natural. This guy's doing the Steve, what's his name? Steve Harvey on his eyebrows. You know, Steve Harvey has that insane mustache.
Mm-hmm. Right. He's got Steve
I think
Harvey's
he's filling it up a little bit. Yeah. I mean, he puts on makeup for sure.
Okay, we
I
love
don't
that.
know who told him that makes him look good, but
Somebody said you look distinguished with fat, fucking deep eyebrows.
yeah, it's like the Anthony Davis approach.
Whenever I meet, you know, people who are saying, how long...
Dude, you definitely do your eyebrows. What the fuck are
look
they?
at the lips.
I told you.
Wait, now I am buying the
look.
filler thing.
Yo.
That is not natural.
Benny boy.
Right?
No way.
He looks like that guy, yeah.
He's got two, no.
I've been dating, let's say 2 years. I'm like, so what are you waiting for?
For someone who has such a hard stance on closed borders and like a hardline policy on immigration, he sure is letting that lip filler migrate.
Okay, queen.
Ooh,
Got him.
Right,
got him.
Here is Ben.
October 5th is when we sent him this term sheet offering him $50 million over 4 years plus a 2-year extension for $25 million.
Your walls, Ben.
You know, basketball player type money. On November 2nd, Steven called up Jeremy and said, I want $30 million a year and a bunch of changes to the term sheet. I'm not going to redline the term sheet. I'm not going to edit the term sheet. I just want you to send me a brand new offer. On November 6th, 4 days later, remember, this is after he's already sounded off. He's got the term sheet. He's had it for a month. November 6th was election night. You'll recall, if you're a Daily Wire fan, Steven Crowder appeared on our election night coverage. Everything was very friendly.
That was the
Everything
best.
was very
I loved
chummy.
it.
Everything was great. November 14th or thereabouts, we decided that we couldn't meet his demands. That his demands were not rational in business terms, that he wanted too much money, and all the rest of it. So we let him know, no hard feelings. We're still friends, just like we do in every contract negotiation. As Tim Pool said on his show last night, we've had contract negotiations with Tim, and we disagreed, and we went our separate ways, and we still like Tim. Tim still likes us.
They're trying to hire Tim?
Yeah, that got kind of revealed in all of this too, and that really did blow my mind because it's like,
what?
Listen, it's not like I hold them in high regard, but Tim Pool seems below even them.
I mean, they hired Candace Owen, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but she has a utility. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Tim Pool is just
Why? Well, he has a utility too. He's liberal. He's their first Democratic hire.
their first left-wing host.
He is an important liberal voice to add in the conversation.
God damn.
Who else can come up with incredibly liberal ideas like 50-state sweep for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
And
everyone should own a
Nancy
nuke.
Pelosi's husband is a gay, has a gay sexual intercourse with David DePipe.
I believe an individual citizen in this country has a right to own a nuclear warhead.
That opinion, my friend, is worth $50 million and not a cent less.
Bag of turd, flaming turd bag.
I can't get over how much money these motherfuckers
That's what
make,
That's
dude.
what I'm
I
saying.
just like, oh god.
You're right. This grift really does pay.
It does.
And now, like, Daily Wire is almost like they're sucking them all up. Like,
They're trying to monopolize.
Right.
damn.
Which is, of course, the free market, obviously.
Obviously.
Free
All
market
the rest,
works
okay.
best when there's no competition.
But what's interesting is both Tim and Crowder said whatever your insanely lucrative deal is not enough for us. Like,
Yeah, because they look to like, I think they all look at like Alex Jones and stuff and see that there are so many suckers that are willing to pay you, that have a lot of disposable income and just want to hear things that they already agree with. And no matter what happens, like you're gonna generate a lot of revenue. Also, you know what? Actually, and this is something I say about myself. So maybe they have the same approach. Like, I don't give a shit about making $50 million in over the course of 4 years when the amount of money I make already is more than enough. You know what I mean? My lifestyle is not going to genuinely change from how much money I'm making now versus $50 million because, like, I don't even have free time to do all the other stuff. Like, I already do what I enjoy. So maybe they're like, yeah, I'd rather keep making a couple million a year and do the racism without any sort of editorial control. Rather than go under the Daily Wire umbrella and have like some level of editorial control and have to do like ad reads and shit.
what do you think about this? And why, obviously, I don't care if people get lip filler, but why is it interesting if Ben Shapiro got lip filler?
Well, he presents himself as this like orthodox, and I mean that as like a double entendre almost. You know what I mean? He's like a very conservative man, right?
He's Orthodox Jew.
He's Orthodox Jew, but also like he's an Orthodox man. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily trad values to care about your image to that degree to like get this aesthetic plastic surgery thing done.
Yeah.
And he, just recently there was like a video of him, Daily Wire put out a thing where it's like, let's make Ben Shapiro react to cringe TikToks of
Thanksgiving. Wasn't it Thanksgiving?
Yeah, something like that or whatever. And, he's very judgmental of young people that look that don't conform to traditional beauty norms.
Since when are men supposed to have big, plump, beautiful, kissable, fuckable
DSLs,
lips?
dude, yeah.
What are you going to use those big, beautiful lips for, Ben?
I don't know.
Sorry, beautiful.
I love that.
So November 14th or thereabouts, we told Stephen that we couldn't meet his demands. Fast forward another month, December 12th, he registered the site Stop Big Con.
Oh.
Hey, that's when he registered it.
Oh.
Remember, October 5th is when he received the terms. November 14th is when we said we could not meet his demands. December 12th is when he registered Stop Big Con because he knew that 3 days later, he was going to be announcing that he was leaving the Blaze. He needed a plan, and attacking us was the plan. December 15th, he announced he was leaving the Blaze. A month after that, he texted Jeremy in friendly fashion to ask if they could talk. On January 9th, he called Jeremy and proceeded to tape him without permission.
That was fucking... The fact that he recorded their call before there was any, like, contention is super... shady.
Sneaky. I mean, who would have thought that these guys who are like disseminating asshole propaganda would be assholes to one another?
Yep.
I mean, I personally would never invite someone onto my show and pull a trick like that on them.
What?
If Crowder were to call into this show, I would never pull a trick.
Yeah.
on
It would be in total good faith.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
God,
totally.
I'm slow today.
I keep it real with Crowder.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, maybe he got that from you, actually. The old switcheroo
what a
on the
fucking
phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, he's a piece of shit, though. I actually think that the Daily Wire, as much as they're all scumbags, Crowder was like far way in the wrong in this situation. It's like crazy.
that's my
In a
read on
weird
it.
way, I see
Yeah.
both sides of the argument. Yeah.
You sympathize with Crowder a little bit?
Well, I see Crowder's perspective because, like, I made a joke about this already, but like, it's the Daily Wire is giving him 50 mil because he does like pretty much he says the N-word the long way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, yeah, you're hiring me to be racist and get banned so that I can like.
You see his point.
Yeah, you're hiring. If you're hiring me to be racist, then I'm going to be racist and get banned.
But so
if you understand that a part of my revenue driving mechanism involves me getting banned off YouTube so I can drive more people over to the paywalled racism, the only clans, if you will, then and you appreciate that I do that. And Jeremy Boring did literally say, like, I love that you do the paywalled racism stuff, the piss off YouTube segment. It's such a big, I love that. It's a great segment. Like, we're such big fans of that here at the Daily Wire. Then yeah, like that's his point. It's like punishing, I made this joke, but like, it's like punishing Steph Curry for, shooting 3-pointers.
Right.
Like, that's why he has the contract that he has.
They would have been like, okay, we can remove this, but if we lower your pay.
Well, yeah, it didn't even get to that point. Well, you're right. Like, Steven Crowder absolutely is using this to launch.
The thing is, like,
an email list for himself. That's for sure why
they were friends. They were negotiating in good faith. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to accept the deal.
Steven was not.
No, Steven was not.
Right. They thought he was.
I hate to agree with Ben Shapiro here, Daddy Eyebrow, but
yeah, no,
I'm Team Shapiro.
100%. I think that Daily Wire guys, like, they're correct on their assessment that like Steven Crowder just wanted to make a big bang here, and he just like threw away their relationship, their friendship, cast it aside for like a little bit of internet clout for a brief moment.
So is this actually benefiting Crowder? Like, is there an audience being fractured here at all, or people they don't care? Do you think?
I watched him on Tim Pool last night, and I checked out his videos and the Daily Wire. I would say there's a split going on in like the conservative community. Honestly, my feeling is it seems like it's leaning a little bit towards Crowder.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the internet. I mean, come on.
What?
Ethan,
Wait,
they're
how so?
fucking stupid. Like, everyone is stupid. We're all fucking dumb. But you're like extra dumb if you're the type of person who's like, you're right. The 14-year-old trans teenager is running society. You know what I mean? Like that, if that's your fucking thing that you believe, and if you're a Steven Crowder fan, like that's the type of shit you believe, you're extra dumb. So of course you're gonna fucking think Steven Crowder is this like bold, truth-telling hero.
What do they agree with exactly?
So
they think he's doing this for free speech.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
He keeps insisting it's not about the money. And there's actually a clip coming.
It's not about the money.
You're right now that you'll see.
I need 120 million.
Right. Well, he claimed. Here's the thing. He says there was never a counteroffer. That's bullshit. The $120 million thing. However, in the Tim Pool interview, and this is in the doc if you want to pull this up because it's actually a pretty funny moment. He kind of fucks up and basically lets out that his agent may have sent a counteroffer. And that's probably what they're all talking about. But like, as he's saying it, realizes that he's fucking up saying that and changes the subject like immediately.
Here, let's take a look.
I'm on your side on this one. Everybody can know my bias. The reason that really bothered me is because I run a company. I know how much money we make. And there are people who assume that revenue equals money in your pocket profit. And it's like, no. If they're giving him $50 million, it sounds so wonderful.
They're assuming you're dumb.
Yeah, I'm sure Tim's overhead is crazy.
That's the other aspect of all of this. He keeps saying, he's like, it's not about the money, but also the amount they offer me is so insulting because it's way too low.
Bro,
As if it's $12.5 million a year. He runs a fucking YouTube channel. Like, it's not that different than what we do here.
Like, there's operational costs of like paying his racism producers to find like newer versions of bigotry, like older versions of bigotry, I guess.
This man is dead.
But like, other than that, you already have the cameras, you already have everything. Like, those are costs that you already put into your business.
Out of like a trailer, it's like,
well, that's Tim Pool. Right, and he was bitching about that too. I'm talking about Crowder, but yeah, I mean, he has he has a staff, he has a set, he's got the cameras. The show isn't that complicated. It's a 3-camera show or whatever.
It's
like,
fucking,
how much is the
worst
overhead?
part about this is like I stream minimum 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sometimes I take Sundays off every once in a while. Okay, These motherfuckers are complaining about 4 hours of content for $12.5 million. 4 hours of content a week, man.
That's
4 hours. Are you insane?
That's sweet deal.
It's like, that's nuts. That's nuts. Oh, dude, you don't understand the amount of research that we have to do to find new slurs. That's taking up 10 hours every day.
We have our race scientists in the laboratory.
Yeah, they're cooking
24 hours a day.
Yeah, but even if you assume he has like a dozen employees that he's paying like handsome salaries to,
which I doubt.
Which I doubt, but like let's just assume that he's paying them well and he's got like a dozen of them. He's still walking home each year with like $6 or $7 million in his pocket.
It's not enough.
You know?
What about taxes? You think about that?
I hadn't thought of that. You're
There
right.
you go.
I hadn't thought about the theft that occurred.
Wait, so here it is. By the way, how dead inside does he look? Like, I'm just going to be real. This man, there's nothing there.
Well, Candace seems to think she knows why, but we'll get to that.
They're treating the audience like they're dumb again.
Well, no. A lot of people don't.
But here's
don't
the
understand
thing.
this.
People don't understand because they're assuming that you won't go and do research. Look, $50 million basketball money versus $12 million. If let's say Marvel says, I don't know, the new Thor movie is $200 million. Is that Hemsworth's salary? It's that simple of an analogy.
Yeah.
But the issue here, and I'll let Gerald kind of talk about that more. The issue here is like, I think that these people at Daily Wire, they've said that they're very business savvy. They're running a business. So, are they very business savvy? Are they dumb and don't know that $12.5 million a year for an entire production house is what we're actually looking at? Or...
Bro, shut the fuck up.
It's like...
No, you think that people are dumb. If you're trying to convince people that that's not enough money to put together a YouTube production studio.
Right, and again, he keeps saying it's not about the money, but then he keeps coming back to, it's insulting. $12.5 million? Are you kidding me?
It just sucks because, like,
crazy.
If that's the value that you're going to be generating for a corporation, you absolutely deserve to demand that. Okay, I talk about this with like basketball player salaries all the time. People oftentimes forget that like players that get $30 million contracts are actually still having their surplus labor value extracted by billionaires who own the fucking team, who cannot throw a basketball. Okay, who cannot dribble. So like. But I just don't believe that he is generating
No shot. I agree with you.
$12.5 million worth of revenue a year for the Daily Wire.
No.
I just don't like.
It's impossible.
That's what doesn't make sense in my mind.
There's no way.
Especially after the expenses, because it's not even on YouTube. They have their own infrastructure. So they're paying like to have the servers to host his content.
Yeah. So at a fundamental level, I understand the argument that he's trying to make. It's just that like his output that we're talking about in this circumstance is just like being a fucking piece of shit hate monger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Are they lying when they say it's basketball money and $50 million salary? I think Candace Owens at one point got up to like 140 or something. I don't
So
really.
you said you wanted $30 million a year or 140.
And the only reason people know that's not true, and you've seen the transcript. You ever see me once say, "Hey, it's about more money"? There was never an offer sent.
You're just bitching that it's not enough money.
You literally just.
You're literally saying they're not giving me enough money to do my super lavish production.
It doesn't require. Look. We found out when Donald Trump was like making arguments that just did not make any sense whatsoever, but people were still listening, that like you don't actually have to have a consistent line of thought here. You just need to be on the team. And Steven Crowder is on the team of, I am more racist than the Daily Wire. I'm a bold truth teller, and the Daily Wire is rhinos. They're fake. Which is why people don't even understand that immediate contradiction. Like that's immediately he contradicted himself. He's like, we need more money for this production. It's an expensive production, and then turned around and said it's not about the money. Like what the fuck?
Do you think our production is bigger or smaller than Crowder's?
I think it's on the same level. If ours
might
might
be bigger.
Yeah.
I think it might be bigger.
Yeah, we put out more content than him.
How many employees do we have? I don't even think he needs full-time employees. He does one show a fucking week.
We have close to a dozen. I mean, what? There's like 10 of us here.
10, and then you and Ela's 12.
And then we have a couple people help with the socials as well.
Okay, so let me think here. Would it be wise to give a estimate on the cost of doing business here?
I mean, that's totally your prerogative if you want to share that information.
I have no clue.
Let's see. So we have 12 employees. I think I can estimate the salary on average. We're going to put in like our mortgage on the building and all that kind of stuff.
Also more expensive because you're in Los Angeles.
Where's he shoot out of?
Austin, which is still expensive, but like, ain't no fucking way is his real estate, his mortgage that expensive.
I would say we're probably looking at about $1.5 million per year.
Overhead?
Yeah. Maybe more. Maybe a little bit more.
I would guess around the same.
Yeah. And so if I'm getting $12.5 million or $12 million a year, that's like a drop in the bucket, and also a tax deduction, obviously. So it's not like coming out of your pocket necessarily. So I don't think he spends that much on production. Probably way less.
No, I agree. I mean, they occasionally do like sketches and stuff, but 99% of the time they're just sitting on their set, you know?
Their sketches are all like just wearing some outfit and doing some racist shit. Like that's
right,
pretty much it.
Dressing
They
up
don't
like a
go
Chinese
out
person
anywhere.
and
Dude, that's
putting
very
on buck teeth.
expensive. You don't understand.
Is there racism insurance? I mean, well, we need to invent that. You have, liability insurance. You even have umbrella insurance in case you get sued.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Blackface
sure
insurance?
a lot of these guys do have to take like fat retainers on like a legal team because they're both having to defend themselves regularly.
Oh, I
but
didn't
also they
include-
do like offensive legal moves all the time. Like Jeremy Boring mentioned that in his video where he says like, well, that's this is a very expensive business. Like we got to constantly sue the federal government. We got to sue like. And that's something that they do. They weaponize a team of lawyers that they have on retainer against platforms like YouTube. Rumble does this shit all the time too. Like they all have like they have the worst lawyers known to man. These guys are not supposed to win any of their cases. They lose all the time, but the point is to like, make work for them and make it seem like their dollars are being spent wisely.
And getting signups on the Mug Club and shit. Like, what was it last year? Crowder was suing YouTube. Whatever happened to that?
He never did that.
Right. It's
That
just
was
like
a lie.
you don't
But
think
actually,
even-
I didn't include our legal fees. That would put us back.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I
with
don't
the
know if that's
cap
fair.
stuff.
I don't know if that's fair to include. or
That's the
not.
cost of doing business. Yeah, you could.
I don't know how many
include
people are
that.
suing him currently.
After I said, look, it's a non-starter if you don't change these terms, and please tell me that you're not doing this with other people. There was never anything after that where it was, of course, the non-starter is, I can't do 5 live reads because we do commercials. I
just want to ask one specific question because a lot of people are bringing this up and they're accusing you guys of only exposing them after they
Make
turned.
America, Florida. That's a fucking shirt, bro. No thanks.
Down your counter offer. Is that true, or can you add more information to that?
Yeah, I don't know why they're saying at the time.
Whatever. Anyway, what part? I missed the part.
That was literally.
I think you just cut it off.
You literally
right as
turned
he
it
was
off right as
saying
he was
it.
saying it.
Okay. There's a long.
Just say
Wheelhouse.
I'm on your side on this one. Everybody can know my bias.
No,
if
go
they're
back,
giving him $50 million,
go up to
$20
the
basketball money
the Polish
versus
man,
12 million. It's like I think that
and
these
then
people
play
at
it from
production house.
Make America, Florida guy.
He's my
Is
favorite.
that true, or can you add more information to
Here,
that?
that was it. He just
I don't
asked
know
him
why
about
they're
the
saying
counteroffer.
the timeline that he kind of gave was completely inaccurate.
Yeah, there was never any counter offer from us. What Steven said was basically, look, guys, these are the terms that we have a problem with.
Right.
And if this, I don't care what the contract says dollar wise. If these terms are in there, that's bad, and you need to start again. This has to be pulled out.
So there was no counteroffer because I'm seeing a lot of you guys say
There was the agent. I think my agent. They sent this term sheet. The agent said, "Well, if you're talking about 100% ownership, by the way, in perpetuity, forever, meaning, and it's a 6-year contract with no option to negotiate. They have an option to extend for 2 years, 6 years, locked in at that rate. And again, how do you penalize someone for money that they don't make?
Yeah.
They're not going to lose money on you being demonetized. Now I get that I'm a special situation.
He says the
but this
agent
is demanded.
And then he stops
says,
himself. He's like, "Oh, the agent probably might have asked, well, it's a 6-year contract,
Right?
And you're locked in perpetuity."
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so he did.
definitely
They did go back.
Yeah.
to counter.
Yeah, he 100% did
Yeah.
counteroffer.
So he's full of shit. 'Cause he said it over and over again that it was never about the money. There was no counteroffer.
Why don't they?
And they
bring up
asked
the
him directly, and
receipt?
he's like, "Well, my agent does one of those."
Dude, so Candace Owen, who will never be toppled on Crazy, responds, and I guess she went fucking nuts on him, which I love, obviously.
Yeah. She first implied that he was like gay, I think.
Yes.
That's in there.
She first was like, "Oh, bless his heart. You know, you should all pray for Steven. He's going through a lot right now."
She apparently has a video of him sucking dick or something.
What? What? Oh my God.
She's getting ready to drop the receipts. I mean, if she's got
I'll
proof.
die. I will perish.
Can you
if that's
imagine?
the case.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Over the weekend, I was given a lot more information regarding Steven Crowder, a lot more background information regarding what could have possibly led to this moment. And not to my surprise at all, obviously, this really doesn't have anything to do with the Daily Wire. And his actions are a symptom of something much larger. And I want to choose my words very carefully here because I'm not angry anymore. Steven has a lot going on. I guess is the best way to say it. He has a lot going on, and that should be clear because people don't do stuff like this if there's not a lot going on in their life. You don't sell out your friends, you don't report on it.
No, she's the worst. She is like so vile.
Every single person involved in this is such a piece of shit, and I love it.
It's so fun. For
I'm
that.
so happy to be on the outside looking at how, like, conniving and how shitty they are.
Awesome.
Just awful humans.
Awesome. It's so fun for me.
Yeah, let's
but the
keep it
thing
going.
is, I'm really surprised because like the Daily Wire has been going on an all-out like info war against Crowder, and somehow he's still looking good. I find that interesting.
Because you're forgetting, it's a race to the bottom. Whoever is like dumber and more openly racist wins.
Right. Okay.
Dog whistles are for the intellectuals, you know? Save that, that's for the birds. What do you go to college? Are you fucking nerd? You gonna tell me about how like systemic racism is actually a Marxist conspiracy? No, just literally be like black people are inferior. That's what they want.
Got it.
Okay? So that is precisely the reason why Steven Crowder is always going to have an upper hand in this argument.
That's
like,
crazy. I thought everyone
he
was
is
turning on him.
appealing to the dumbest people in the room.
There it is. Let's see what Candy has to say.
These things are actions of individuals that are perhaps acting out of desperation. You have to dig deeper. You have to look deeper to fully understand the picture of why somebody might do that. And it's certainly not because somebody is upset with a $50 million contract. And because I now am more aware of certain information.
Yeah, so he got a video of him sucking dick. Or...
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it's accurate.
But I think she's like implying that he might be, you know, I don't know. I watched this and I thought, oh shit, like maybe she got the documents
right
on something, maybe like some word of mouth, but not like I don't think there's a video.
She's like, yo, someone calls her. It's like, yo, I really need to talk to you about Crowder. So he's gay.
Yeah.
She's like, oh.
But like, how did you not
so
know
much
that
sense
already?
now.
How did you not know that already?
He's gay.
It's homophobic not to know.
Right, that's true.
Rather than being angry, I would like to implore my audience and everybody that isn't paying attention to this situation not to condemn him, but to pray for him.
Pray for him.
Sometimes people need a prayer. Sometimes people
you gotta
need a
pray
scripture.
the
You know,
gay
Stephen
way.
purports to be a Christian, and I believe that
Or maybe he cheated on his wife or
needs to
something.
lean into his faith.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It could be
With a
something like
dude.
that too.
I think,
Or
yeah,
either.
I think if Steven Crowder cheats on his wife, like it's probably with a man.
He was smoking meth in a motel room with a gay prostitute.
I don't think he's a meth guy. His little heart would give out.
That's true.
He doesn't have the heart to do
What
meth.
drugs can he do with a bad heart?
I don't fucking know. But
Huh. Yeah, not a lot of good ones probably.
No uppers.
No uppers? So
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
left? Opiates?
Yeah, I mean,
but
I
this
guess.
did it's giving pray the gay away. Like
sure.
that's what I got out of this. Like it was like pray for
sure.
him. Bless his heart. Bless your heart.
Bless his gay. Bless this man's weak little gay heart. Pray that it keep ticking there, boy, so it can live to touch another
Yeah,
dick.
a lot of AB pointed this out, but like a lot of conservatives do abuse bars, like they do Xanax.
They
They
can do
love that.
Xanax. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
big.
they love
Yeah.
they love downers like that.
Actually,
I thought
Xanax is probably
gay.
good for his heart because it slows it down, gives it a break.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, let's finish it. There's a little bit left in here.
And I am certain that in the near future, more information will come out. I do not think it is my place to say more than that. Well, probably what I
Spill
should
the
say
tea,
is I am
sis.
unsure at this moment if it is my place to say more than that. You know,
I love that
maybe
she reserves
if
the
I
right.
feel in
She like
further
corrects it.
defense,
She's like, actually, you know
something
what?
should be said.
not time for me to release this
Spill
information
the
yet.
fucking tea, sis.
I mean, it just sucks because like if this was real big shit, I think the Daily Wire would launch the nuke on him. But like they let Candace do it because Candace is like she's like the lower rung. She says like unhinged shit on a daily basis.
Attack dog.
Yeah.
For them.
We have credible evidence that Steven Crowder is a homosexual.
And then she turned around and said he's a communist the next day. Like your follow up was weak, Candace. Give us the goods. Give us the juice. Come on.
Candace O, in response to the Tim Pool appearance the next day, pointing out he basically accidentally admitted to asking for 120. I saw that too, Candy.
Me.
I saw the same thing. Whoa, is she like, that's kind of like
it's a bathrobe.
That doesn't look like clothing. Like
yeah, she got a bathrobe on.
You know, in that last video, I was admiring her outfit, and I noticed the chat was too.
Was she popping off?
She was popping a little
She had
bit, but
she had a good outfit.
I don't know if this one works.
I mean, this one's fine.
Olivia,
I don't know.
thoughts?
I
It
don't-
looks like
I
a
think,
robe.
I think
I think
Candace
you're right.
Owens is stylish.
Go ahead,
for her.
Olivia. You tell us.
It definitely looks like a robe. If it's a shirt, it's a cool shirt.
Okay.
She's a horrible monster. She's a horrible monster, piece of shit, an attack dog for white supremacists. You know, she is the black voice of white supremacy. But you know, she is kind of stylish sometimes.
She looks good. She's very pretty. You know.
Oh yeah.
Very
I
beautiful.
can't get over the things she says. It's just I can't.
That's
do
what's
not-
kind of special about her, though.
I cannot see her as like I cannot attribute any further positive values to her.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. Chill, Vin.
She's so fucking beautiful.
Chill the fuck out, bro.
You don't think you can save her, son?
I have the great luxury of coming.
Vin,
was
chill.
that if he received this term sheet and he was just so outraged by the terms and it was completely a non-starter, why did he come back to the Daily Wire with a $120 million offer? And what you'll see is that he says, we never did that. And then he very quickly says, maybe my agent or manager did do that, and then changes the subject very quickly, which is maybe my agent did do that, is essentially you saying, yeah, that happened. We countered. Take a listen to Steven Crowder.
Thank you. Pop
So
off.
there was no counteroffer because I'm seeing a lot.
Whoa, Candace does not get a lot of views. 44,000. I wonder how much they paying her. Probably only $10 million a year.
Yeah, weak.
Wait, what the fuck? She doesn't get shit for views, dude.
You know, there's a gender pay gap and a race pay gap at the Daily Wire for sure. You
We
know
need the
what I'm
audit.
saying?
Oh, yeah.
Coming.
A lot of you guys say
There was the agent, I think my agent, they sent this term sheet. The agent said, well, if you're talking about 100% ownership, by the way, in perpetuity forever, meaning, and it's a 6-year contract with no option to negotiate. They have an option to extend
sure just totally said that they countered.
for 2 years. 6 years,
So
locked in
obvious.
at that rate. And again, how do you penalize someone for money that they don't make? They're not going to lose money on you being demonetized. Now, I get that I'm a special situation, but they said this is demanded of everybody.
So there you go.
make any sense,
It's
what he just
no,
said,
absolutely. I think my
Nothing he's saying
agent
makes any
maybe
sense.
again. It was about whether or not it's going to be
He was
6
floundering.
He literally just said, you don't lose any money if I get demonetized. Yes, they do. Of
Yeah,
course,
of course they do. Duh.
Like, because they take that revenue and so they're no longer getting that revenue and they pay you. So yeah, they're losing money.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Like,
cheers. Pretty obvious, should be very obvious to every single person that essentially what he's saying is, well, maybe my agent, yes, your agent got back and said $120 million. So it was a starting conversation. You knew that this was taking place. And I don't even, like I said, I'm past angry with the situation. I do feel bad for him because I know more of what's going on in the background. And I
Love
do believe
that.
that this is a man that is spiraling. But
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, she hit that again.
So dirty.
I love when she hits that button. Oh, come on, give us the juice. Give us the good shit.
If it's spiraling behind the background, I do think it has to do probably with his marriage falling apart, right? I mean, what else could it be?
yeah, that
Which
could
is
be.
cool too. I'm down for that for him.
Yeah,
Does he have kids?
perhaps
He
it came
does
out that
have
he
kids,
wasn't
so-
celibate
Oh, well,
until marriage, and you know,
Anything bad happening to him, I'm down with.
yeah, sodomy is still sex, Steven, okay?
Gay.
Even if done with a man.
Are you sure?
Just saying.
Because I thought I thought sodomy was like
it's a sin.
A loophole. It's a different
The
type
poop
of
hole loophole.
Yeah, poop hole. Exactly. The poop.
I was
Exactly.
like, I didn't know. I thought if I did the poop hole loophole with a man, it was doubly not a sin, you know?
That's a big game,
Right.
man.
Maybe just a bit gay.
it's so important that we inject truth into this. And you
Right.
cannot say that you were so offended by a contract, so offended, so mortally wounded by the concept of a contract that your agent, as if you guys don't speak,
she's right,
went back and said, okay, 120 million. And then that, you're right. After that, Daily Wire never came back with any other term sheet. It was never a contract whatsoever. And then the second thing, which I thought was borderline delusional, was him likening himself to James O'Keefe when people are rightfully outraged that irrespective of what you thought about
James
this term.
O'Keefe, the great civil rights leader of Veritas.
Yeah, Project Veritas' very own, you know?
When is he joining Daily Wire, I wonder?
Ugh.
You know, he's got the big-ass contract pending.
You would record your friend.
He's in trouble, isn't
and
he?
then release.
Isn't he, like, being investigated?
He is. I hope he goes to jail.
Oh,
That guy
God,
sucks.
that'd be so sick.
That guy's
That would be
fucking
so
worse.
Or maybe it's a
fire.
lawsuit or something.
That crypto shit.
I think
He might be-
O'Keefe is in some trouble.
He might be one of the only dudes on the right of like the right wing popularity that's as disgusting as Candy.
Yeah, September, a jury ruled against Project Veritas. Yeah, they got sued. It was only for, well, I say only, but $120,000.
You're in trouble.
okay.
That
Yeah.
crypto shit.
Probably enough to sink them.
Crowder fucking drops that kind of money on the grocery
Yeah, that's
store every
nothing.
day. Chump change.
Contents of the conversation chopped up so people can't discern the context whatsoever. Here's what he had to say about that.
If you had the ability, if someone's going out saying,
Let me read the comments. Let's see what. Candace, I hope you see this. At the age of 6 to 7, my mom took me to a. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Can we stick to the goddamn topic? 30 minutes. How's this a podcast? No wonder no one watched it. 30-minute podcast.
No. I don't think it's the whole thing, right?
It says episode 79.
Oh, I guess it is the whole.
Maybe part of it's paywalled on Daily Wire.
Yeah, she's like, I will get super racist behind the paywall.
Yeah, don't worry.
Check in, tune in for that one. $8 a month.
Right.
Oh shit.
I mean, we do that at Fear End as well.
I saw that. So when I was on, they hit me with the, if you want to finish this podcast, you got to pay. You got to go on Patreon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, we should do that.
Yeah, that's how we do it. We shoot a one take episode.
That's good.
And then we cut it in half, and then we
You
get
do that
real.
every episode?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let me finish.
Nope,
That's
you
why I
gotta pay.
also pair it with like an appearance on the Twitch stream too. Like I wanna max out on like the value to the content creator who's coming on. You know what I mean? They get like the ultimate boost that way.
I wonder if we could do like one.
And then they come on and they shit all over my production.
Listen, at least it was paywalled. You know what I mean?
They shit on all my production on the Twitch stream. They go, "Oh wow, this sucks. Nobody cares about these things that you're watching
No.
or
I
saying."
wasn't shitting on the production. I thought, come on, it was funny. I started my member stream talking about what I did in the morning. I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh
people said
yeah.
they like Hassan.
Yeah.
So I was like,
boring.
I said,
Boo,
I had eggs.
no one cares.
I said, I woke up this morning. I had eggs.
Good
I
morning,
said hi to
my
my
queens
dog.
of TikTok above 18.
I took a piss. You know.
Somebody said, you want to hear Ethan say the B word? Pay $5.99.
Ooh.
What's the B word?
Oh, you know.
Bomb, bum, 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 bum. Bomb, bum, 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 bum. Bomb, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum,
All right, we get it.
My resolution? Airstrikes.
Anyway, where are we? But I was thinking maybe we should do that, like a members only segments, because not to cut the whole ep, but just be like, hey, members, we're gonna do one extra segment where, we'll watch prolapses or something.
All right, well, let's talk about it. Talk about it later.
Just a thought. Like that idea.
Zach, you're just throwing it out there at random.
No, it works every time. Zach, don't listen to Dan. I love it every time.
I got you.
Yeah, you know what's up. Okay, I guess that's about it for now on that front. But I'm waiting for the T to drop on crowd.